celebration.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Guruji.
Hi, how are
Namaste,
you?
Guruji.
Namaste.
Namaste.
It's good to see you.
You too, Guruji.
So I understand you had a question.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. What's your question? Let's look at it.
Okay, I was doing Varalakshmi Puja today.
Mhm.
It's done every year by most South Indian women, and everybody who's considered a Sumangali, meaning her husband is alive,
Right.
does that puja with the goal of keeping that saubhagya, which is the wealth and the grace of having her husband.
Mhm.
And after the puja, the women invite each other to each other's houses and offer haldi kumkum and some gifts. That is the tradition, but most widows are excluded from that celebration because they're considered inauspicious, and even the mere sight of them or the presence of them is considered inauspicious. I think some of the fear is that when they are included in the celebration, the Sumangali might lose her saubhagya.
Right.
So,
And this is an absolutely ridiculous view. You know, it's a ridiculous view to hold these kind of fears. The widows, through no fault of their own, unless they've poisoned their husband or killed them, you know, they have nothing to do with that lifespan. You know, so to sit there and say that they're inauspicious is ridiculous. To sit there and you know, that this tradition and this type of a thing, you know, is fear-based. It's an absolutely fear-based thing. And, you know, and so why to honor that type of a thing? You know, they should be going to these women that have had life with their husbands and, you know, have completed that they can give some wisdom what to do, you know. They should be, you know, honored, not sit there and put away like some pariah that they've done this. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing worse than what happens to the widows in India.
right.
You know, this needs to change. They're not the bringers of bad fortune. They're not causing calamity for other women. You know, this is nonsense. This is really nonsense, and it's such a heartbreaking thing to see that they're pushed aside. You know?
Right, Guruji. The fear is that if they are honored, their misfortune was going to spread to other people.
Yeah, that's absolutely nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. Another person's life has nothing to do with your life. It's not going to bring any misfortune anywhere. You know, again, this is another one of those ridiculous things that's grown up that comes out of ignorance, not out of knowledge. You know, it's a fear-based thing. You know, another superstition, like walking under a ladder. Oh my God, I'm going to have bad luck. If I see a black cat, oh my God, I'm going to have a bad luck. Oh my God, the number 13, it's a bad luck thing. I can't go anywhere where there's 13. Ridiculous. You know, and these things run people and gets them in a fear mode for what? So these types of things I would like to see, you know, ended. You know, these women have nothing to do with their husbands' deaths. And so to ostracize them, you know, is a horrible thing. Because these women that are ostracizing them should think, what happens when their own husband dies? They're going to be wearing that same shoe. Do you want to wear that shoe? Do you want to have to walk a mile in her shoes? Okay. So rather than ostracizing these women and fearing them and all of this drama, one should welcome them as well. You know? We each have our lives. We each have our time with family, with whatever. You know, but you can't hold them accountable for what happens to their husband. That's absolutely ridiculous. Do they ever hold the man responsible for what happens to the woman? Do they shun him? Oh my God, his wife died early. How ridiculous. Okay? So these types of things need to be changed. Really, they need to be changed. Okay?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. So let's not participate in things that are going to perpetuate ignorance.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Let's not do that.
Right, Guruji.
I mean, it's great. You want to honor the fact you have a husband and everything, but let's not look down on the one that's lost her husband for whatever reason. Not make them responsible. You know? She's not the one that has done this. It's always easy to look for a scapegoat and play the blame game.
Right.
Okay. So if they're going to hold the women responsible, why are they not holding the men responsible if the woman dies early?
That never happens.
Of course not. That never happens. It never happens. Right. You know, people are people. They should be equal. The woman's role, the man's role, equal. Yet there's such inequality in this. Okay, such inequality. And it's time for that to end, really. Okay, so I hope that answers that.
Yes, Guruji. So there is no fear, absolutely, that one woman's misfortune or whatever it is going to spread to another one.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is so ridiculous. That is such a ridiculous thing. No. Each come in with their karmic whatever, you know, but she is not responsible. He comes in with his own karma. His lifespan is his lifespan. You can't blame it on who he marries.
Right.
Who picked out his wife? His parents. So if you want to be pissed off at somebody for his ill fortune, pick the parents. They're the one that picked the wife for him. Do they get mad at them? No. No, we're going to blame it all on her. She has nothing to do with it. Ridiculous.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's see this changed, you know. There's no reason that the widow should be feared. That's an absolutely ridiculous thing, and it needs to be changed. You know?
Yes. Thank you so much for speaking on this with clarity, Guruji, because it's widely feared.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, that comes, it's grows up out of ignorance, you know, and it's time for the ignorance to end and get some wisdom in there. and start to challenge those things and say no more. No more.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes? Okay. So let's not have these kind of fears and put these women in that type of position. Are they not having a hard enough life as it is? Why to give them more hardship? And how any woman could do that to another woman is beyond me. Because she may be standing in her other shoes one day. Okay, so let's see some some changes. Let's see some changes come about. Okay. Okay. Namaste. Thank you for your question, and I'll put this up.
Namaste, Guruji. I just did the puja,
Uh-huh.
and it was like I just left the final flower there, and then you call. Thank you for arriving in the house as Lakshmi. May I please show you the altar, Guruji?
Oh, absolutely. That would be lovely.
Thank you.
What a very nice altar.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
This is the Devi.
Yes. Very nice.
Thank you. And this is the Puja Mandir, Guruji, where your picture is in the center.
Yes, very nice. Very, very nice altar.
Thank you, Guruji.
Very nice. So many blessings on this day. Many blessings for you and your family. And hopefully we can dispel some of these myths. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much for speaking clearly on this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Namaste.